1949. It was a standard gauge railroad. Its track width was 4 feet, 8.5 inches. Our narrow gauge track is 2 feet wide. If you take a look just down below the engine here, this ladies and gents sign points to there you see a green and black passenger car. That is an original Midland Terminal passenger car. It has been refurbished and now serves as a welcome center for the city of Cripple Creek. All of our engines are coal-fired, steam-powered. The Midland Terminal Railroad started in Divide in 1894 and came south through Gillette, Goldfield, Victor, and on into Cripple Creek. The 1895 gift shop where you purchased your tickets there was originally built in Anaconda. In 1912, it was moved up to Bull Hill, which is now called Victor Pass, and at an elevation of 10,200 feet, it was one of the highest operating depots in the U.S. In 1968, it was moved down here, and now serves as our gift shop and ticket office. We're going to take you on a 45-minute trip back in time and history. We're going to show you some of the old gold mines. We'll be making 3 stops along the way, and I'll be pointing out some interesting things as we go also. We're scheduled to get underway at 11:20. So you have just a few minutes, and as soon as the ladies in the ticket office let us go, we'll be on our way.
You like when you go and you guys, I mean, those fancy be on your bike.
I might take it again. I think I might have blinked.
You said that.
This 3-story red brick building we're passing on the right here was the original Midland Terminal Depot. It opened in 1894 and it closed in 1949. But it did reopen in 1953 and now serves as our district museum. You'll see 2 buildings that are back up the side of the mountain. One on the left, one on the right. This is the Moon Anchor 1 and Moon Anchor 2 mines. These 2 mines produced $1.5 million in gold.
Wow.
Coming up also on the uphill side here, this is the E. Porter King mine. This mine produced $2 million in gold. Now this was back in a time when gold was $20 an ounce. see this pile of waste rock and a wooden shack down below. This was the Pointer mine. I'm sorry, the Good Chance mine. This mine was not successful though in any high-grade ore coming out of it. And in its later years, the miners started calling it the Fat Chance mine. Up here on the left side of the train. This is a Pointer mine. All this waste rock and cribbage. This mine produced $3 million. The wooden cribbage that you see there was put there to keep all the waste rock from falling down on the rail bed. Sides of the train, first on your right, another one on your left, you'll see a hole in the ground. These are called prospector holes. A miner would dig down 20 feet, maybe even 100, and then he'd take those samples to the assay office to see if he struck it rich. There are over 5,000 of these prospector holes in the mining district, and the mining district itself is 6 square miles.
Gosh, look at that. This is our first stop, and we call this Echo Valley. And I'm going to show you how it got its name. calm day. You can hear that 10 miles down the canyon. Now our first two gold mines. The first one was right here in the head of this valley in this open area. That was the town of Barry, Colorado. Barry had a population of 200 people. Right down below it in the valley was Mound City. Mound City had a population of 500 and was home to two gold ore processing plants, the Brody and the Rosebud. In 1904, a fire broke out in the Brody and raged up this valley and burned both towns to the ground. They say the fire was so intense you could hear it over in Cripple Creek. Down in the very bottom of the valley there, you see a small piece of dirt road. That's called the Shelf Road. That road got its name because it follows along the shelf edge or the edge of the cliff. It's 28 miles between Canyon City and Cripple Creek. The Pony Express used that road to deliver mail between the two towns. It took them about 1 day. Now with our advancements in technology, it takes that same mail about 3 days.
Yeah.
Right below us here is Colorado Highway 67. This was built on the original rail bed of the Florence and Cripple Creek Railroad. It was the very first railroad into Cripple Creek. It arrived July 1, 1894. Their first accident was July 2. It was a very prosperous railroad. The 40-mile construction costs were paid for in the very first year of operation. But a cloudburst in 1912 sent a torrent of water down Phantom Canyon that destroyed a dozen miles of bridges and trestles, along with the track. Across the valley over there, you see a large pile of waste rock and a metal head frame. That's the El Paso mine. That mine is 1,500 feet deep. To give you an idea, the Empire State Building is 1,500 feet tall. There are over 33 miles of tunnels inside that mine. In fact, there's hundreds of miles just in these mountains alone, and they say in 1900 you could enter a tunnel in Victor and walk completely underground all the way to Cripple Creek if you knew